welcome back to my channel. My name is Zoya, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about how I got into nursing school. So there's a few things that I think are already a little basic. I'll just touch upon them really quickly. I don't want this video to be too long. First, you want to go to a guidance counselor. It depends on what kind of program you're trying to get into. I got into a BSN program, so I will get my Bachelor's of Science of Nursing at the end of my program, but if you want to get your associates, it's a little bit different. Here in California, to get your bachelor's degree, you have to have general education and you have to fulfill this thing called IGETC, but when your associate's degree, you don't have to do any of that. You just have to do your prerequisites. So it depends on what kind of program you're looking to get into, but for me, I went to get my BSN, so I had to do 2 years of general education, and along with that, I got my associate's degree in physical sciences, and I completed my IGETC and my transfer requirements because I went to community college. So I did 2 years at community college, and I took a year off, which is a very long story and irrelevant to this video, but I took a year off, and now I transferred to a Cal State, and I go to a Cal State and I'm working on my BSN program. So first thing you want to do is you want to figure out what your prereqs are. So in California, they're all pretty much the same, and I'm sure they're the same like everywhere. So for me, there's 8 total, just, for nursing programs, and the science ones are microbiology, chemistry, anatomy, and physiology. And then in terms of general education, there's 4 prerequisites there as well, and there's statistics, English, communication, which is like a speech class, and there's critical thinking. I took philosophy for that class. In addition to that, you want to get really good grades in all of these classes. I was really concerned, this is like my own personal nursing journey, and I was worried because all my other like general education classes, I didn't get straight A's in all my classes, and I was worried about how I was going to get into nursing school with that. But nursing schools really only focus on like these 8 classes, so I'm not saying do poorly in those classes, but this is really where you want to focus, and this is really what matters. So don't stress too much if you think that you haven't been doing as well in your classes as you wish you were. It's okay, you're gonna be fine. So to get into the nitty-gritty of this video, this is my advice that I give to people when they ask me how to get into nursing school. So the first thing I did is, I did this after I'd taken a good number of my prerequisite courses, but you could do this at any time. I would actually advise to do this in the very beginning of your nursing school journey, but at any time, this is what you want to do. So I went to every single nursing school. I wanted to get my BSN, so I did all the Cal State, that's California State Universities. So I went to every single Cal State nursing programs page, and I went to all of the admission criteria pages, and so you can calculate your points. So at least for the programs that I was applying to, those are point-based programs. So you have a sheet of admission criteria, and you get points for certain things like GPA, requirement to work, things like that. And you can calculate your chances. So I did every single one, and I looked at all the criteria, and I calculated all my points. It takes a while. Also, keep in mind that I hadn't taken my T's yet, so when I did this, it helped me gauge like what kind of score I wanted to receive on my T's. So I would usually just do it at the max because I was going to take the T's, and I wanted to do really well on it. Anyway, so after that, I looked at, I calculated all the points, and then I would Google. So a really good website, and I'll link it down below, is allnurses.com, and there's forums there, and there's nurses there, nursing students, pre-nursing students, and it's just a really good place to get information from other people. So I would Google, like, let's say I was applying to a program, and I saw that I was going to get like 80 points on it. So I would Google, and I would see if 80 points was competitive, and if it was, I'd be like, all right, cool, and if not, I was like, okay, well, like, what can I do to raise my score for this school? Personally, I had a fee waiver when I applied to my colleges when I transferred. So my fee waiver only applied to 4 schools. So I picked the top 4 out of all of the nursing programs that I calculated. I picked the top 4 that I was the most competitive in, and those are the ones that I applied to. So I really recommend doing this because it really helps you like focus and see where you really stand in terms of getting into nursing school, and just kind of like where you want to gauge everything. Every application has a little bit of like a different kind of a thing. Like for example, one of the schools I applied to gave me extra points for my requirement to work, so that was really cool. So I made sure to get that letter from my employer, and just things like that. You really want to tailor yourself to become the best candidate for your nursing program. That's what this video is about. It's about tailoring yourself to that admission criteria sheet and getting as many points as possible, because that's how you're going to get into nursing school. So, documents. One of my things that helped me get into nursing school was the fact that I had volunteered at a hospital in high school. So I had racked over like 200 hours or something like that. I think I racked like 267 hours or something crazy like that. I did it throughout high school. And my application for nursing school only wanted, I got like a certain number of points as long as I had over 200 hours. So I made sure to immediately go to my hospital, contact whoever it was, and get that letter that said that I had 200 hours or more so I could get full points on my application. So once you've seen all your criteria, you need to go after and you need to get all the documents necessary. And what I did is I got all of them and I scanned them all to my computer, and I just had them as backups just in case, and just keep them all in one folder. And you don't want to lose those. Those are really important to getting your criteria. And then I visited campuses. So I didn't really get to visit all the campuses that I applied to, but I did visit like 3 out of 4. And I think that's really good because there's different, it's just like any other school, like applying. There's just different atmospheres on campus and different communities and things like that. One campus that I visited was a commuter school, and personally that wasn't something that I was interested in. I wanted to go somewhere that had like a whole college town feel, and, just whatever is important to you. There was, this is like a side story, but I visited one school and I was really excited about applying to the nursing program, and I thought it was going to be really great for me. And I figured out that they had like they had a school, like they had the actual Cal State, but then they had their nursing school on something which is called a satellite campus, and it was like way over here, like for here. And I visited that, the satellite campus, because that's where I would attend school if I was to go there, and it was just not my cup of tea. It was mainly for like, commuter students or moms who wanted to like live at home or things like that, which is great. I mean, that's awesome, more power to them, but for me that was not something that I wanted to do. So I think it's really important to visit your school and get an idea of how it is. Little side notes for my own personal nursing school journey: I did go to school full-time throughout my community college career. I actually went to school like more than full-time for the first year. It was really intense. I took a lot of units. In addition, I had taken a lot of AP courses and college courses throughout my high school career, so that made it a little bit easier to knock out a lot of the general education, so I could just focus on my science classes. In terms of community college, I don't know, where you are in your journey, but for me it was really hard to get the courses that I needed for school, and that's really unfortunate, but where there's a will, there's a way. And I signed up for something called EOPS, which is Equal Opportunities for Students. I don't know exactly what it stands for, but I would look into finding a way to get priority registration from your school. I know athletes can get it. I know that I got it through my program. Just find a way to do that, because you don't want something like your registration date to stop you from getting the classes that you really need. Through this program, I was really able to get a phenomenal microbiology professor and a great physio teacher, and just, professors are really what can help you make or break your grade and what you learn, and just, your whole scientific experience. I had a really awesome prerequisite journey. Like, I loved my classes. With each prereq, I fell like more and more in love with nursing, and I just felt more and more comfortable with choosing it as a career and choosing it as my path. So I think it's really important to have really great professors and just, do whatever it takes to get there. In addition to going to school full-time, I worked full-time, so that was really hard. I was always busy, but it's worth it, like you have to pay the bills. So what I would recommend if you need to work while you're doing your prerequisites is get a job where there is at least some kind of downtime. I was a direct staff, so I worked with adults with disabilities in their homes, and I helped them take care of them. I wasn't a caregiver, but I was like along the lines, something similar, and that was really great because my clients were great and I would work, but once they went to bed or anything like that, I was able to do homework and study, and I really don't think I would have been able to get through working full-time and going to school full-time and getting into nursing school if I didn't have a job that gave me that flexibility. So I think, really plan your life around this, do whatever it takes to make it happen. And yeah, that's my video. I don't know if you guys have any other questions. Please comment below if you do. I love answering and talking to you guys. just another side note, when I was, trying to get into nursing school, they didn't really have a lot of guidance at my school. The guidance counselors were great in terms of general education and transferring for, another degree. But for nursing, nursing is a beast of its own, and it was really hard for me to figure out all this stuff on my own. So I just want to be able to give back and, help anyone else who's maybe struggling or, just has a lot of questions. So please contact me. I'd love to help you guys out, and I will make another video like how I studied for my prerequisites. I just thought maybe this one would be a little bit more helpful to you guys right now. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Have a good day, guys. Bye!